Tonight is our fourth exercise to reduce anxiety, and we're going to practice that together as usual as we did in episode 1. But first, let me give you some symptoms that you can relate to as to whether or not you're having anxiety or is it something else. So, if you're ready, let's begin. Some of the symptoms that you can relate to is simply you worry way too much, you stress over anything way too much, you get irritable over anything, you may get also angry so quickly or bored so quickly over anything, or you may find yourself excessively panicking when you are triggered in a situation. These triggers, all these triggers are symptoms of you having anxiety. Another very important symptom is feelings of shame and embarrassment. These feelings of shame and embarrassment are of being anxious, and because you are having actually symptoms or because you have the anxiety. And these feelings actually takes you to a cycle that for me I feel it's very dangerous, because it leads you to a cycle of feeling guilt. You feel that in any shape or form you are guilty of being an anxious person whenever you are put in a situation. We also have some physical symptoms. You may feel some physical tension in your muscles with aches, pain, tremors. You may also be feeling physically drained or exhausted most of the time. As we said, you might be feeling numb, no capacity for doing anything, no effort. And finally, the common symptom that we know that is physical as well is sweating excessively in any situation or before the situation, or you are stuttering a lot in your speech or in your conversations. Now, what I need you to do is bring your pen and paper and put a title with this question: what things have you started doing to cope with your anxiety? And then write these questions underneath. First question is, are you now seeking always reassurance from people around you? Like you want to be assured and reassured that everything is going to be okay, and you were never like that before? Second question, have you been lately pushing people away or trying to avoid them as much as you can out of no reason? Because I understand that sometimes we need to push people away, certain people, because they hurt us in some way, they are toxic, we don't get along, whatever, so many reasons. But if some people are not doing anything and you're just, it's like something that you're doing now automatically, you're just pushing people away and trying to avoid them in everywhere you go, this is a very important question for you to answer, to understand if you're having anxiety or not. And probably if you're doing that, yeah, you are having anxiety. Now, fourth question. Are you comfort eating or what we call emotional eating? Are you doing that? Or maybe eating like something that you never ate before and now you are eating it but excessively, like sweets, dessert, whatever. Now, another thing that is very, very important is, are you misusing medications? Like, you're not really focusing on the doses, whatever medication you're having. I'm not talking about medications of depression or anxiety or whatever. No, I'm talking about if you are having any kind of medications, are you misusing them? Like, are you having an overdose, or maybe lowering and reducing your doses, or maybe forgetting about your medication? This is very important for you to answer this question. And the most important question for tonight: are you harming yourself in any way, like as in getting drunk, or using substances, or taking drugs, or smoking excessively? These things, of course, you are in a way harming yourself. So, are you doing that, or you've been doing that lately? This is called, or this is actually taking us to the most important thing for tonight, which is avoidance. If you are doing these things, then you are avoiding facing your anxiety. You do not want to face your anxiety. You do not want to face that you are really having a problem. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that avoidance is a solution for their anxiety. But unbeknown to them, avoidance actually feeds the anxiety. It does not treat the anxiety. Avoidance makes your anxiety worse and worse by the time. And this is why I said in episode 1 that it is very important for you to learn about your anxiety and learn about the cycle of your anxiety and learn how to use the gradual exposure to beat your anxiety, because otherwise you will not beat your anxiety. You will not be able to treat your anxiety. In order to know if you are a person who is using avoidance as a solution, and you're being unaware that you're using it as a solution, what it is not, it's just a coping mechanism, a false coping mechanism, please go back to the questions that I just told you before and try to answer them and be fully aware that every answer that you're answering is taking you to that place and that cycle that you need to understand about anxiety.